looking forward to an intensive and fruitful collaboration and cooperation with your government. So let me just maybe pose 2-3 questions. What is your perspective on the German-Romanian business relation? How can we increase our cooperation in the near future? And what can we expect will happen economic-wise in Romania in order to adapt our business plans to what will happen in the future here in Romania? Thank you once again for joining. I know that also you are turning around in the country. So welcome at the television station here at AHK Romania. And the floor is yours.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me. Yes, the relationship between Romania and Germany economically is a strong one. Obviously, it has to be much, much stronger. And I think is this okay? Okay, can you start again? As I was saying, we have a good relationship, economic relationship, but it has to be much, much stronger from my point of view. And this is what this government is going to do in the future. We are going to change a lot of things to make Romania, well, not just more attractive for investment, but also we're going to be proactive in attracting investment in Romania. I think, we've seen our strategy for this year and for the next years increase gradually the amounts that the government invests in the economy. We try to keep by the golden rule if we borrow, it should be just for investment, not for unproductive expenditures. So those are two things that were changing from previous governments, and we actually show that this is working. Investing has helped the Romanian economy get out of the last year's shock with few scars, not unscathed, but with few scars. But at the same time, with production capacity unchanged. Actually, we've seen in the first quarter this year, the net investment in the economy increasing. That shows that there's trust in this government from managers, from companies in Romania, that things will go as planned so far. The things I said, a few things at the beginning of when I took over as Prime Minister with this coalition, and we'll stick with those. For example, I said we're not going to fiddle with taxes. We don't want to increase taxes. We don't want to introduce new taxes. This is something that we stand by because we think that there's other ways, non-inclusive ways that we can raise revenues, and we showed that this year and last year also, but this year especially, that we can increase revenue without increasing taxes. It's just when government pays its bills on time, for example, when it's transparent, when it doesn't harass investors, there's a reciprocity, and people pay their taxes in time, and we've seen actually voluntary payment of taxes increasing this year. So those are a few things that we've done. I think is there a problem with audio? I'm sorry, but I cannot hear you very well. So I'm just going to go on, and then I'll stop. So the things that we going forward, we do have this massive opportunity for Romania, the 76 billion euro coming to Romania from two sources: the RRF, which is going to be approved in the fall by the European Commission, and the European funds. Both of those are two big sources of revenue for Romania, along with what we're going to spend for Romanian government, which is a minimum of 15 billion euros a year that will go into investment. So those are the strategy that we started at the beginning of the year. We continue. We don't want to change things during the play. We said we're going to be predictable. So all the decisions we take, we discuss first with the associations, representative associations of the business community. Every time we want to change something. But in terms of taxes and or new taxes, we stand firm by the decision not to introduce new ones. And you've seen that also in the RRF on the reform part, that we are going to increase, we're going to reduce deficit by increasing revenues, a non-inclusive way, a voluntary payment of taxes, and by controlling expenditures. Those are two things that have been approved already by the European Commission. The European Commission, in their recommendation for the EDP, has adopted our fiscal strategy, our path of reducing deficit until 2024. So I think this is, it adds to the credibility of this government. The same thing, you remember at the beginning of the year, we had the S&P upgrading us on their perspective. I expect the other to do the same in the near future. I think it's going to happen in the next few months. So the things are going in the right direction in terms of where we're moving for the next period. We will stick to investment. I think that's the solution. We'll invest. Romania does need investment, which means opportunities for companies even from Germany. These investments need to be put into place by companies with experience, companies that have done this in other countries, companies that know how to do that fast and professional. So there's the opportunity, 76 billion euros coming to Romania from EU funds and 15 billion euro a year from government investment. I'll stop here right now, and if there's any questions. I can't hear you.